Hello. So now you start.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
So first I will discuss that multivariate regression analysis. Okay. Just wait for 2-3 minutes, then we will start. So multivariate regression analysis now will start. So as you know that regression analysis means it will be used for that prediction purpose or estimation, you can say. So regression you can use for bivariate and multivariate. So what is the difference between bivariate and multivariate? First I will give you some idea, then I will start that one. Okay. So here actually in case of bivariate, suppose the sales and profit, there are two variables, sales and profit. Okay. So in case of sales and profit, profit is depending upon the sales. That means profit is one parameter and variable, and sales is another one variable, and these two are quantitative variable. You have to remember that. So when you can use that regression analysis, which type of data? That data must be metric data or quantitative data. You can say ratio scale data. Okay. Which are in the quantitative form means it should have units of measurement. Suppose sales, number of items, number of quantity. Similarly, profit, it is in the form of rupees, like that way. So directly it is coming, the numerical figure means it is a metric data. So in this case, how to suppose you have that sales for the year last 20 years data you have, or last 20 last 20 months. Okay. So you have to predict further, means what is the next month profit, you have to predict that one, or you have to predict after 5 months what should be the profit. If it will be the if this is the sales, then what should be the profit. If that type of estimation or prediction if you want to do for the two variable cases, then you have to use this regression analysis. So regression analysis is nothing but that it indicates the mathematical average relationship between two variables. A mathematical average relationship between two variables means it is a mathematical it is a mathematical it gives mathematically whatever the results you are getting, it is means computed through mathematically only. So one thing you have to remember, so when we can find out the regression means regression when you can do that regression analysis, first you have to check whether they are correlated or not. Sales and profit, they are correlated with each other, means they are depending with each other. Suppose they are not depending with each other, you cannot use the regression analysis. So before going to apply that regression analysis, first you have to check whether they are correlated or not. It may be positively correlated or it may be negatively correlated. Whatever it may be, there should be relationship, or there should be, they should depending with each other. Then only you can go for, if they are strongly related with each other, means the correlation is high, approaching to 1, then regression, it will be, whenever you go for regression, it gives you the better result or best prediction you can find. Okay, so like this way, we have to do that regression analysis. Now, one thing I want to share with you, that regression analysis, there are two variables. One is dependent variable, another one is independent variable. So y equal to a plus bx, that is the linear regression analysis, straight line, equation of a straight line, y equal to a plus bx. Okay. So today, so less students anyway. So I think all of you have got the material. You can means refer that material. Through that only I'll make you understand. So all the materials I have sent to you. If it is necessary, means afterwards I can provide you. But I think almost all materials, whatever it is important, I have sent you. Then any theoretical portion, whatever it is there in your syllabus, you can get from any books, fundamental book, you can get that one. That's why the theoretical portion, I think it is not necessary. You can get from the net, or you can get from any statistics, fundamental statistics book. Okay, research methodology book or a statistics book. But means the important portion I have sent you that material. Okay. Then now I'll come to that y equal to a plus bx. Y is your dependent variable, that is your profit. Profit is depending upon the cells. Cells is your x. So a plus bx. A is your constant, b is your another constant. So what you have to find out, actually you have the data base 20 number of data points. So through that 20 number of data points of x and y, you have to calculate what? A and b, where a is your constant, b is your another one constant. A is your y-intercept, b is your slope, or you can say increment or rate of change, whatever you can say. Okay, so b and a is very important. That how to get that one? By using the principle of least square method, you have to calculate a and b. So anyway, that method, I think correlation regression basics idea you have. So after getting a and b, then one equation you'll get. Whatever the value of x you will put, x means that is your cells, then you can get the y, that is the prediction. So this is the meaning of regression analysis. Actually, how to fit the line, means how to predict. Suppose the real data it is given to you, x and y. For prediction purpose, you have to estimate a and b. After that, you have to fit the straight line. Okay, y equal to a plus bx. Suppose y equal to, we have got a equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. That means y equal to 2 plus 3x. So whatever x value you can put, you will get y. That is the prediction value. So like this way, this is known as regression analysis. You can predict further. Okay. So this is the most powerful technique in case of bivariate analysis. One is your correlation, another one is your regression. Next, we will come to multivariate regression analysis. Now I'll share to you this that material. Already I have sent you the Word file. Okay. So this is the Word file already I have sent you, that multiple regression analysis, that is your, for what purpose you have to use this multiple regression analysis, that is for explaining and estimation. Okay. For estimation purpose, you have to use multiple regression analysis. So here already we have discussed for bivariate y equal to a plus bx, but in case of multivariate cases, you have to write y equal to so many variables. So many variables means so many independent variables. Independent variables otherwise known as regressor. Okay, and y is otherwise known as regression. So y is dependent variable. For that, how many independent variables? It may be n number of independent variables, x1, x2, x3, xn. Okay. In case of research, it is not applicable on for all cases. You have to use that bivariate. It may be multivariate. So many independent variables. Okay, that is b1, x1, b2, x2 up to bn, xn. b1, x1 means b1, b2, b3 up to bn. All are the coefficients, or you can say slope. Or b0 is the y-intercept. Okay, x1, x2 here, everything I have written, just you have to read it. You can understand everything. Okay, what is your R? R is your coefficient, R square, that is your coefficient of determination. R is your correlation coefficient, and if you make it square, then coefficient of determination. What is the meaning of coefficient of determination? Coefficient of determination means after fitting the model, what is your model? Y equal to B0 plus B1 x1 plus B2 x2 up to Bn xn. Whether that all these x1, x2, x2 up to xn, how many percentage they are explaining the variable y. That from that only, from where you can find out that one, what percentage level of x1, x2 up to xn are explaining y, that you can find out through R square only. Through R square, that is known as coefficient of determination. Suppose R square value it is 0.95. That means 95% of result correctly explained that x1, x2 up to xn to what? To y. That means y results, whatever the original value, 95% it is correct, by which it will be explained x1, x2 up to xn, that they can explain. Okay, so this is the way that you have to estimate y. Then the meaning of degrees of freedom you can understand here, and y is the dependent variable, and b0 is the constant, or y-intercept. For bivariate cases it is y equal to b0 plus b1 x1. Okay, so like this way you will get all the value. Then through least square method you have to estimate all these. Okay, and linearity conditions and multiple regression, and all these means constants, outlier, what is outlier, what is parameter, what is regression coefficients, that already you have discussed. So residual, sometimes it may be error. Error means the original value and estimated value. If you subtract this one, you have to get the error. So these are some points you have to remember, but it is not so necessary. That's why I have to skip. And this is the method already I have explained, and how to do that one. Through SPSS you can do this one, because it is very difficult to do pen and paper, or you have to use calculator. So it is better to use SPSS package and you have to solve it. Okay, so because there are so many variables, if it is a 2 variable cases, you can do you can use pen and paper and calculator, and you can find out A and B. But in case of so many variables, means 4 variables, 3 variables, it is not possible to use that calculator and you will solve that one. It is better to use SPSS package, and these are the steps. So what are the steps? Everything it is written. First you have to go for analyze, then you have to go for in SPSS package, then you have to go for regression, and followed by linear regression you have to follow, because the relationship between all the variables, it is linear only. That's why. Then you have to drag all the dependent variable and independent variable, everything you have to drag it in the particular box. Then you have to go for method. In method you have to choose the enter method, then stepwise or backward, whatever you can choose. Okay, it is better to choose enter method. Then you have to go for options, select options. Then you have to go for continue. If you want to go for plotting figure you want to see, then you can go for plotting, then directly you will go for continue, then okay. So after okay you will get the result. So whatever the result, you have to save it and print out. So this is your case study problem. I'll show you how it is done through SPSS package. And manufacturer and marketer, two healers would like to build a regression model consisting of 7 variables to predict the cells. Already I have told the cells data. So past data has been collected, 15 number of cells, territories on 7 different variables. Build a regression model. Okay, we have to build a regression model. The variables first Y will take. Y is your sales in rupees lakh. Then X1 is your market potential in the territory. X2 is the number of dealers of company. Then X3 is your number of sales people. X4 is your index competitor activity in the territory, 5-point scale. If it is low, it is 1. If it is high, it is 5. Then X5 number of service people in the territory. So one territory, the data it is collected. X1 is your market potential in rupees lakh. Means what is the market potential? Means what are the sales? Then X2 is your dealers. Number of dealer, how many dealers are there in that particular territory? How many sales people are there in that particular territory? Then index competitor, market index, 1 to means what is the satisfaction level, that 1 to 5. 1 is your low, 5 is your high, then X5 is your number of service people. So here all are quantitative data. You have to remember, in case of regression analysis, the data must be quantitative or metric data. Otherwise, you cannot go for regression analysis. Then X6, number of existing customers in the territory. Okay, so like this way, we have the data. Then the data set, this is the data set. This is your sales. This is your potential. This is your dealer, people, compensation, service. The 20 number of data points we have collected. Okay. So after collecting this one, what is the Y? Y is your, just I'll go to Y. Y is the dependent variable, sales in rupees lakh. Okay. Market potential means what is the investment potential? Okay. Market potential. Then actually what is the stock? Then sales in rupees lakh means how many? Means what is the sales, means 5 lakh, 60 lakh, like that. Okay, different cases we have taken. Then after using that SPSS package, we have got 3 different table. So 3 different table means you can see here, sorry, 2 different table. Just I'll show you again. So 3 different table we will get. So after using that SPSS package, we have got the 3 different table. So first one, that is your, already I have told R square table. R square table already I have told what is the meaning. Here you can see from this R square that is coming 0.977. Okay. So 0.977 means here how many predicted, 0.977 variable means, 977 means 97.7. That all the independent variable explaining 97.7% all the independent variable explaining to the Y variable, that is what? That is sales. So here I have written the interpretation. It is observed that R square value is 0.977. It indicates that 97.7% of the variation in sales can be explained by 6 independent variable or by 6 factors to the dependent variable. So I think all of you are clear. That means the result is good. They are explaining 97.7%. Whatever Y it is there, 97.7% X variables are, or independent variables are explaining to Y. Okay, that means it almost all means correct value it can predict. Which can predict? X variables are predict to Y. Okay, that means the model is very good. They are highly correlated with each other. Okay, all the variables are highly correlated with each other. The next one, it is coming, next table, that is your ANOVA. So from ANOVA, you can identify that, you can interpret that whether the model is significant or not. Whether the model is significant or not. So here, from P value, you have to check. P value means that is your significant value. So significant value, that is given 0.000. That means which is less than 0.05. So here you can note it down. If the P value, so always you have to remember, in case of manual calculation, you have to accept or reject the null hypothesis, means you have to check the calculated value of F and tabulated value of F. Just wait for 2 minutes. I have to receive a call. Hello, Chua. ना बाहर नहीं मुझे क्लास नोची 9टा 9:30 बेलू मु भारी हैला क्लास नहीं कि भार जाउची ऑनलाइन रे क्लास नोची इकलु तार खाउची किना तापर हम भारी बे संग संग 9:45 भितरे हैला हमें ठीक टाइम रे पहुंची हां बाहर ले मु जणे बसले मु जणे हैला then I think all of you are getting. So manually calculation, whenever you are doing the testing hypothesis F test, calculated value and tabulated value you are comparing. If the calculated value is less than the tabulated value, you have to accept it. If it is more, you have to reject it. But in case of software, whenever you are using software package SPSS or any other software, it cannot give any table. It can give the calculated value, but it is not necessary to check the tabulated value. Another one value must be given side by side, that is significant value. Significant value, or it is otherwise known as P value. So from P value only you have to check whether you accept the null hypothesis or reject the null hypothesis. So what is your null hypothesis? That regression model is insignificant. Your null hypothesis is here, that model is insignificant. Regression model is insignificant. So through this p value or significant value that you are getting 0.000, you can observe that one. That is known as p value. Here you can note it down. If the p value is less than 0.05, then your null hypothesis is rejected. You have to remember. Here, if it is less than 0.05, your null hypothesis is rejected at 5% level of significance. Okay, 0.5. If it is more than 0.05, your null hypothesis may be accepted. Just opposite. Whatever your manual calculation, whatever you are doing, that less than, then you may accept, and greater than you may reject. But in case of SPSS package or any package you are using, in case you are getting p value only, through p value, you have to accept that hypothesis or you have to reject that hypothesis. Okay. So it is very important that if p value is less than 0.05, you may reject the null hypothesis. If it is less than 0.05, you may accept the null hypothesis. But here you are getting less than, means you may reject the null hypothesis. That means the null hypothesis is highly significant. Reject means significant, accept means insignificant. That you have to remember, or you can note it down. Okay, so here the model is highly significant. You are writing that model is insignificant or model is insignificant, you have written in the null hypothesis. Since you are rejecting that one, that means model is highly significant, means it is good. Then next we will proceed to that, because your model is, what is your model? Model is actually, for this case, model is, there are 6 variables. Y is your dependent variable and other 6 variables are independent variable. That is your cells. So Y is equal to cells is equal to B0 potential x1 plus B0 x1. X1 means potential. I'm saying wrong. Again, I'm saying Y is equal to cells is equal to B0 plus B1 x1. X1 is your potential plus B2 x2. X2 is your dealer plus B3 x3 people. That means plus B4 x4, that is your compensation, plus B5 x5, that is your service, plus B6 customer or x6. So like this way you have to find out what B0, then B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6, because all these x1, x2, x3, x4, it is known to you. Only you have to find out the coefficients, that is your B0, B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, B6. Okay, so this much you have to find out. So then only you can frame the model. Okay, so whether model is significant or not, through ANOVA you have tested it. Your model is significant. That interpretation I have written here, you can check it. So here I have got the model from this third table. This table it is got, I have got from SPSS package directly. So here this is the table. From this table you can find out constant means this is your B0 value. Potential means this is your B1 value. Okay, potential is your variable, corresponding coefficient, that is your B1 0.227. Similarly for B2 0.819, B3, like that way you'll get all these. So here the model I have fitted. So Y is equal to everything I have written here from the table, whatever I have got, and this cells is your Y is equal to cells I have written, and x1 is equal to potential, whatever I have told. This is the fitting model. So after that, whatever the potential value will put, whatever the dealer will put, people will put, similarly customer will put, you'll get just you will multiply and add it, you'll get sales result. That means I think how to go for prediction, you can do it by using a multiple regression model only. So whatever the value will get, the sales value directly you can calculate. Okay, so here you can say that since the coefficient of potential it is coming positive, dealer coefficient it is coming positive, all it is coming positive except that compensation service it is coming negative. That means potential, dealer and customer, they are directly related to sales. If 1 unit of potential it will change, then 0.227% sales it will be changed. Okay, that means they are positively related with sales. But service and compensation, they are negatively correlated with cells. Why? Because the coefficient it is coming negative. So I think all of you are clear the meaning of multiple regression analysis. Hello? Hello? Hello, all of you are getting or not?
Yes, madam.
Very good. So another case study problem already it is there that you can represent, I mean that you can understand by yourself because everything it is written. Okay, everything it is written here. So next I'll show you that logistic regression analysis. Actually, it is not in your syllabus, but I'll make you understand through that one material I have given you one case study in PDF form. That one paper it is published in one I have means presented in a conference, and it has published also. So now we'll go to that PDF. Then I'll show you this material means what are the steps. Actually, logistic regression analysis, the steps I am saying here, and directly I'll go to that case study. So in case of SPSS package, here also you have to use SPSS package, otherwise you cannot do. This one you can use for multivariate cases also. So simple regression analysis and multiple regression analysis, logistic regression analysis, multiple regression analysis and logistic regression analysis, the difference is that in case of multiple regression analysis, all the variables must be in a numeric form, that is your metric form. Okay, metric form or ratio scale data. Ratio scale data. But in case of logistic regression analysis, and why also metric data. In case of logistic regression analysis, that means you can that y variable means dependent variable, that is your binary variable, yes or no, whether India will win or lose the game, lose the means India win or India lose that particular cricket match. I'll give you one example. So in case of binary results, means binary dependent variable, you have to use logistic regression analysis. So logistic regression analysis you can classify and also you can predict. Classify means whether it is 0 or 1. If it is 1, then prediction you have to do. Okay. If it is 0, then you can predict for that. 1 means win the match, 0 means lose the match or lose the game. So if it is 1, then if it is whether it is 1 or 0, that means classification. And also prediction. Prediction means through prediction you can classify whether it is 1 or 0. So how to go for prediction and classification, how to do that one, that I'll make you understand through logistic regression analysis. Discriminant also classification and prediction, but discriminant it is not like 0 and 1. It is boy or girl, like that. It is not binary case. Okay, here it is a categorical, means whether it is 0 or 1. But discriminant cases, the difference is whatever the difference, I'll make you understand through this example, so that you can understand that how it will be differentiate, how you differentiate logistic regression and discriminant. Logistic regression and multiple regression, I think all of you are clear. Next, I'll make you understand how to differentiate logistic regression and the discriminant analysis. Okay, but the SPSS package, whatever, how to use that one, that click to analyze, then regression, binary logistic. Binary logistic you have to click after regression. But there it is linear, here it is binary. Where it is linear? In case of multiple regression. Then you have to go for enter. A dependent variable, you have to drag all the variable, independent variable. Okay, then save, select the statistics like Hosmer, Lemso test, plot. If you want to see the figure, then click OK, this much only. Okay, these are the steps. Next, I'll show you just I'll stop it. Afterwards, I'll show you one PDF so that you can understand. Just wait for 2-3 minutes. I'll show you that one. Okay. Now you see, I think all of you can see this one. Fitting of logistic regression model for prediction of likelihood of India winning or losing the cricket match. Okay. So in real life cricket match also you can use all this. They are also using for prediction purpose. They are using whether India win that match or lose that match. So I have taken this particular case study, that one day match. I think I have taken Australia. I have taken, okay. So directly I'm coming, all this theoretical portion you can read by yourself. So directly I'm coming to the case study. This is whatever the logistic regression analysis I have explained, everything that you can read, okay. So theoretical portion, whatever the variable I have taken, just I want to share with you. 15 recent match we have taken at that time, 2015, okay. This is the paper of 2015. Just 1-2 minutes, I'll take some water. Then. So Virat score, whatever that variable we have taken, this is the match, I think Australia and India, okay. So Australia and India, if this match between the Australia and India, I think, just wait. Australia and India, yes, one day match. At that time, I have taken that last 15 recent match, one day match, and for India winning or losing that match, what are the dependent variable? Okay, winning and losing the match, that is your Y variable, means dependent variable. I have taken how many variables? Virat Kohli score, betting fast or not, wicket taken in first 10 hour, score opener 1, score opener 2. Okay, then India win or lose, that is your Y variable. So here one thing you can check, that India first Virat Kohli score. So what is the Virat Kohli score? Here I have written only the place. It is, I have not taken for data. Okay, I have taken the data only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. India win or lose, that is your Y variable, and 5 different dependent variable I have taken. 5 different dependent variable, that is your X1, X2, X3, X4, X5. Okay, Y is your India win or lose the game. For first match, 26 May 2015, it is this match was placed in Sydney, and Virat Kohli score, it is only 1, and betting fast, India not betting fast, and wicket 1, score opener 34, score opener 245, India lose the game. Okay, so like this way I have taken these 5 different dependent variable. You may take more according to you, means you have to decide whether another more variable you can add it, so that India win or lose the game. Okay, at that time we thought that this much variable, if we check, we can estimate or we can predict whether India win or lose the game with Australia. Okay, so then here you can observe that betting first or second, if betting first, then it is 1, if betting second, then it is 0. So here the categorical variable we are adding in independent variable, but in case of discriminant analysis, all the independent variable must be metric. What is the difference between logistic and that discriminant? In case of discriminant, all the independent variable must be what? Metric. And what you have to that dependent variable, you have to, it is categorical. It may be a boy or girl, it may be married or unmarried, like that way. But in here, that categorical variable Y also categorical, and in between that X1, X2 you may take categorical. Okay, so before applying all the multivariate techniques, there are some assumptions you have to read it, conditions. It is very important one. For what case you can apply what. Similarly, suppose you have to go to the doctor, first they are asking what it is happening with you. According to that, they are giving you the medicine. Okay, so they are the doctor, that's why they are giving like that way. Similarly, you have to, you are there, you are researcher, you have to decide what type of data it is there, so that what model I will apply, so that it will fit for that. So it is very important one. So you can ask to any layman, you are asking that please you give me that fever medicine or that cold means cold cough medicine. They are giving like that way, but actually they are not giving the correct one. So the particular doctor, they are giving the correct medicine. Similarly, you are the researcher, you have to read carefully, you have to understand what are the conditions, according to that which model I'll apply so that it will fit for my data and it gives the best results. Okay, so like this way, I think all of you are getting the meaning of this logistic regression analysis, and it will be very much useful in day-to-day life. You can use also in your research work. So this is my objective, to predict the likelihood of India winning one-day international match against Australia or not. Hypothesis: there is no significant difference between the observed value and model prediction. This is your alternative hypothesis. Then interpretation. So in case of applying that SPSS package, already I have told the steps. So I have got, these are the results. These are the table I have got. Okay, this is the first classification table you are getting. That means directly means correctly classified. Yes or no, it is correctly classified. So that's why it is 100% correct. Okay, classify means that India win the game or lose the game, it is correctly classified. That's why 100% correct. Then next one, that Hosmer-Lamso, whether the model is correct or not, here it is interpreted. Directly I am coming to the table. The table means here the result we are getting, that beta coefficient means B1, B2, B3 coefficients. Coefficient, whatever we have got, that is your 2.651. Then another variable coefficient we have got 7.659, another one 50.146, then 2.027, then another variable 5.719, and the constant we have got minus 439.502. So all that beta data we have got. So after getting that data, the predicted value, or you have to write the model. This is your model I have written. Log it, India win is equal to this much. So that according to the table, I have written all these. B0 plus B1 x1 plus B2 x2, the same model, but here it is written log it y. Log it y means I'll make you understand what is the meaning. So after putting the value of x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, whatever the value will get y, you have to go for calculating by using the formula I'll show you. Log it y, here it is given. Log it y is equal to whatever you will get the value, it is given in the form of p. Okay, if it will be means it will be form of p means if it will be means if it will be that odd refers to y of odds equal to 1. Okay, and refers to odd or even probability. Okay, so whatever the value you will get in p, you'll get always the result in p. This is your predicted value. Okay, so predicted value means here predicted value, it is 0 means you'll get 0. 0 means lose the game. Here it is 0 means lose the game. Here it is 1 means win the game. Okay, so these are your predicted value by using that model. So like this way means log it y. After getting log it y, you'll get the result whether you will win or lose the game. Okay, if it will come 0, it will be approximate to 0, then it will be that time you lose the game. If it will approximate to 1, then you will win the game. Okay, like that way you get the result. So this is known as logistic regression model. So this is your figure, and here you can understand this one. Another case analysis also I have done, 2 case analysis. So here I think India and Australia, another one. Okay, 15 data space. Another case study I have taken, and here also get the result. So like this way, this is the difference between please you read the theoretical portion here so that you can understand what it is exactly the means the meaning of the result. Okay, everything it is written. The procedure log it y means this one, then O is equal to predicted value, p by 1 minus p. Okay, and p by q. P is equal to observed value divided by 1 plus observed value, that is O, not observed value, that is your O. Okay, so whatever log it y you will get, you have to go for e to the power log it y. E to the power log it y. That is your O. So after getting O, now you have to put in P. P is equal to, so log it y is not your final answer. Log it y, the result numerical figure you'll get. Then O you have to calculate. What is your O? O is equal to e to the power log it y. Okay. So again, e to the power log it y is equal to O. That value you have to put O divided by 1 plus O. If P is equal to 0 point something, 0, I mean, approaching to 0, that means you'll get lose the game. If it is approximate to 1, okay, approaching to 1, then you'll get win the match. So this particular problem you have to show, I mean, after getting the result, just you have to check it whether win the game or lose the game, you can find out. Okay, so like this way, this is the difference between that multiple regression analysis, logistic regression analysis, and also multivariate discriminant analysis. So I think all of you have got this one. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, you have whatever I have done. I am giving you the data. I am giving you the the steps to apply in the SPSS. You have to do by yourself, and you just read the theoretical portion, and you do by yourself, and then only you can understand. Actually, you can write by yourself. Okay, once you do by yourself, you can write by yourself everything. If the theory will come, you can write also, because theory also means what is logistic regression analysis, everything it is written, and a null hypothesis, steps, everything you can write. Okay, if the theoretical question it will come, but actually I'll make you understand to use it in practical, to solve the practical problems. Whenever you do any type of project or dissertation, you can apply all this. Okay, methods. Then next we'll come to that our another one material. Just wait for 1 minute.
A factor analysis.
Wait. Next we will come to factor analysis. Okay, this is very, very important one. Already I have told in the first class itself that factor analysis means data reduction or dimension reduction. Okay, suppose there are 20 variables, it is given in the questionnaire, but it is not necessary for your research, important for your research. In that case, you can use factor analysis. Okay. So factor analysis or data reduction. So what is the meaning of factor analysis? Theoretical portion you can read by yourself. It is not necessary to explain one by one. If the theory will come, you can explain here by referring this one. So what are the keywords for factor analysis? Everything it is written. Factor rotation, communality, component analysis, equimax factor, then orthogonal, quatermax, varimax, factor matrix, correlation coefficient matrix, factor loadings, okay, eigenvalue, rotation, varimax method, quatermax method, significant number of factors. All these are the points, you have keywords you have to remember, and I'll make you understand through this case study so that you can easily write if the theory it will come. Scree plot criteria, factor scores. What is meaning of factor scores? Okay, latent factor, variance explained, methods. Now I will come to the method. There are, here it is given, factor extraction method stage 1, then stage 2 rotation of principal components. Okay, stage 1 you have to go for factor extraction. Factor first you have to extract. First you have to go for factor extraction. By which method? That is principal component analysis. Okay, usually you are using. So what is principal component analysis? How to do that one? Everything I will make you understand through that means case analysis. Here also you have to use SPSS package. You cannot, it is not so possible by using pen and paper and calculator. Then stage 2, that is your rotation of the principal components, whatever you have got, you have to go for rotation. Then you'll get the result. So here, what type of procedure you'll use, that everything I have written here, you can understand clearly. Then SPSS commands. First you have to go for analyze, then you have to go for data reduction or dimension reduction, followed by factor. In factor there must be dimension reduction. Okay, then dialog box, all the variables you have to drag to the table. Then click on extraction. Already I have told you have to go for extraction at first. Then select principal components. You have to choose the principal components. Under display you have to go for unrotated factor solution. Then extract eigenvalue over 1. Then analyze correlation matrix. Continue. Click on rotation. Then Verimax method you have to use. At last continue and okay. Okay. So these are the steps. It is very important for you. So please you solve the particular problem. Now we are discussing this particular problem. You can solve by yourself. So here I have taken the case analysis. Factor analysis was done principal component method to reduce the number of factors responsible for variance in the response of the employees. So this is, I think, employee satisfaction. One survey it is there. So these are some questions. How many questions? 20 number of questions. Sorry, 32. 30 number of questions it is there. So you have got 30 number of different answers. 30 number of variables. 30 number of questions mean 30 number of variables. X1, X2 up to X30. And all the variables are strongly agree means it is 5. Strongly disagree means it is 1. So 1 to 5. 1 to 5. You are getting my point? 1 to 5. You have to put that one. Then how many questions are there? 30 number of questions are there. So out of 30 number of questions, you have to go for analyze. So how to, that method already we have discussed. Suppose you have distributed to 100 number of respondents. So 100 database you will get. Okay. So 100 database, 30 number of variables. But all the variables are not so much useful for your survey. In that case, you have to reduce that variable which are important. How to reduce that variable? You have to reduce into a factor. How many factors? That through factor analysis only you can do that one. Okay. So after doing that one, we have got the result. This is the table 1. After doing the analysis through SPSS package, this is your table 1. This is your table 2. This is your table 3. Okay. And now we'll go for interpretation. So what is the meaning of this? I'll make you understand. From these three table you have to go for interpretation. So from the first table, the total variance explained means here you are getting 53.918 last. That 53.918% level, that variance explained. So how to explain here? So what is the interpretation of of this table? So this table, the interpretation is evidence from this table that 8.6.1, again we'll go to 8.6.1. How many factors it is changed? So there are actually 30 number of variables. You can see from this table, 30 number of variables or not? 30 number of variables, 30 number of row. So by using that principal component analysis, it is extracted 7 number of factors. How it is 7 number of factors? You can check that only 7 number of row it is filled for the 1, 2, 3 first table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means 30 number of variables can be squeezed to or reduced to only 7 number of factors. Only 7 number of factors. Okay, so 7 number of factors. What is the total explained? That is your last column, last row. Last column, last row. It is written 53.91. That means 53.92% variance explained by extracting 7 number of factors from 30 number of variables. All of you are clear from this table? So 30 number of variables extracted or reduced to 7 number of factors. And what percent they can explain for the 30 variables? 53.91. If it is more than 50, it is good. Okay. So this is the table. From here we can get that what is the reduction. 30 variables are reduced to 7 number of factors. Okay. Then second table it is not so important. Third table is important. Third table is important means here 30 number of variables. So 7 number of factors in row wise. Third table you check rotated component, first unrotated component matrix, then rotated. So final table is rotated component matrix. It is very important. So 7 number of factors. So 7 number of factors, 30 variables reduced to 7 number of factors. First you check for first column. First you check for first column of the last table, third table. So which one is more than 5? Just you have to count it from this first column. Which one is more than 5? Just you have to, that variable you have to check, that variable you have to combine it, and what is the factor name, factor 1 name, that you have to check it. Means here just I have written the conclusion. You can check that 8.6.3, it is in that variable 9, 10, 11, 20, 11, 29 and 30. 9, 10, 11, 29 and 30. Just will check. 30 you can check that 0.621, it is more than 5. 0.667, 29 and 30, it is more than 0.55. 0.5, that's why you will take it. It is you can make one group. Similarly 9, 10, 11 will go to 9, 10, 11. 9 also 0.597, 10 also 0.655, 11 0.580. So that means you combine all these. You combine all these variable. You combine all these variable means variable 9, 10, 11, 29 and 30. You combine all these 5 variable to name as a factor 1. So how to combine that one? You just go to that questionnaire. Means what is the variable 9 question? What is the 10 variable question? 9, 10, 11, 29, 30. Now I'll come to now I'll come to the question. Okay. 9, I feel satisfied the performance appraisal. I feel satisfied my organization employee. 9, 10, 11. I feel satisfied the fairness of the way the organization treat all its employees. Similarly, 29, organization has a well-defined procedure grievance handling. Organization is concerned with the long-term welfare of the all employees. So if you combine all these 5 statements or sentence, you name it as factor 1. गोटे नाटे दब तमे फैक्टर 1 करके से नाटा कोन दिया जायछि एई पांचटा सेंटेंस को कंबाइन करके गोटे फैक्टर 1 नाटा दब से नाटा हला कोन ना एम्प्लॉय सेंट्रिक policies and practice. Employee centric policies and practice. That name you have to give the name of factor 1. Okay. So similarly for factor 2, again go to column number 2 of this third table. Column number 2, which one is more than 5? Just to make all these variables, you make it combined for factor 2, and you have to name it as like that. So factor 2, it is in that 26, 27, 28. Their factor loadings are more. Factor loadings are more, mean more than 5. It is 0.690, 0.623, 0.663, like that way. You have to give indicating factor 2, and you have to combine all these 3 sentences, and you are giving the name that is cooperative work environment. Okay. Similarly, factor 3. And one thing you have to remember, the factor means variables cannot be repeated. Suppose for factor 1, it is 9, 10, 11, 29 and 30. Same question cannot be repeated for factor 2. Similarly, same question cannot be repeated for factor 3. So you have to, as much as possible, you have to differentiate it. Okay. Means you have to take different variable for different factor. You have to make the group, and you have to give the name so that you can reduce the 30 number of variables to 5 different factors. And these factor scores, the numerical data you can directly get in the Excel. So जो factor 5टा factor रो data केमिति पाइबो Excel ला आस जाइथिबो डायरेक्टली. तमे जतले Excel रु SPSS को नै कि SPSS रा आस जाइथिबो. Excel रु SPSS रे पकेबो स्प्रेडशीट रे database को सेठी तमरा आउ 5टा कॉलम एक्स्ट्रा हे कि रिजल्ट आस जाइथिबो 5टा स्कोर. की स्कोर? Factor score. That is known as factor score. Okay. So like this way, this is the method how to reduce the number of variables which are not necessary for study, and it can be converted to the less number of factors, important factors, and you have to give the name at your own. You have to give your name at your own. So I think all of you are clear. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, madam.
You are getting. So
Yes.
this is actually all these methods, whatever you are discussing, multivariate, you have to use SPSS, otherwise you can do. That is one thing. Number two, all these you can use on your project report. Okay, तमे dissertation रे तमे use कर परिबो ई सब method मु तुमको बतई देली तापरे तमे तमरा करिवो. Those who want to do that HR, employee satisfaction, job satisfaction, like that you can do that one. Any type of marketing people, they can use this one. Factor analysis is very, very important one for social science researcher or that humanities researcher, or you can take that management researcher. Okay, जो थिरे भी तमरो क्वेश्चनियर अछि माने स्केल फैक्टर अछि माने स्केल फैक्टर मींस इंटरवल स्केल. इट मे बी 5 पॉइंट, इट मे बी 7 पॉइंट. जदी 50 टा 30 टा क्वेश्चन अछि माने तमे 5 पॉइंट स्केल अछि कि 7 पॉइंट कि 10 पॉइंट. डायरेक्टली फर्स्ट स्टेप हैला तमे फैक्टर एनालिसिस करी कि ताको रिड्यूस करिवो. तापरे तमे जहा रिग्रेशन फिग्रेशन कोन करिवो हैला. Interval scale data. I am saying about interval scale data. It is used for an interval scale. You have to remember this one. So for which data you can use what? That also very important one. And all the concepts, whatever the meaning of a factor analysis and what are the keywords, everything it is there in this material. You just go through it, and I think whatever the question it will come, you can write clearly. So today actually I will take only 10-15 hour now. I have to move out of station jibar achi. Bujhiela? Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
हाँ मते बाहर अच्छी जीवार अच्छी बाय रोड जीवार अच्छी तेणु मु आउ खाली 10-15 मिनिट तुमको टिके पढ़ाई देबी से रिपोर्ट राइटिंग विषय रे. तमर तो मॉडल सरीला सब सरीला एई सब जिंस गुडा को तमे थियोरेटिकल पोर्शन तमे एट पढ़ी दबो. मु भाबुची बुझी परिबो. मु तो तुमको प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन बुझी देली कोन सब बुझी देली तमे एबे खाली निजे पढ़ी की बुझीबार अछि. Now it is your job to read carefully and understand, and if it is you will get the time, you can practice yourself also. निजे गोटे केस स्टडी नै कि निजे निजे सॉल्व करी कि देखि पारो. बहुत तमे पूरा देखियो पूरा 100% क्लियर हिजबो जति कि तमर सब डाउट थिबो. Again, if any more doubt it will come at any time, you can ask me also. I think all of you have the contact number, or you can give that mail ID. Yeah, I think you have the mail ID also. You can give the questions from mail also. Okay, so next I'll make you understand that report writing. But report writing, the material I think already I have shared. Just I am not sharing here. Only I am saying what is report writing. So it is a theoretical. What are the different types? Report writing means after doing any type of research, how to go for report, how to go for framing the report writing. Okay, report. How to go for framing the report. It may be thesis, it may be dissertation. जंती करंतु बुझियला. तो जते बेले तमे रिसर्च कर सब एनालिसिस सब करि सारलो तमर सब लैपटॉप रे अछि किबा कंप्यूटर रे. तो जेमिति भी हो तुमको तो ये करिया पड़िबो ना कोन गोटे ताकू थेसिस फॉर्मेट को आनिबा को पड़िबो. तो थेसिस फॉर्मेट को आनिबा को हेले केमिति तुमे थेसिस फॉर्मेट को आनिबो. मु काली तुमको मटेरियल टा पठैतिली मैडम को पठैतिली तुम सब पाइछो व्हाट्सएप रे रिपोर्ट राइटिंग रो. रिपोर्ट राइटिंग रो मु शेयर करिथिली मैडम को. तुम पाइछो कि? हेलो कैलाश गोटे ऑनलाइन में क्लास नउची. हां हां के क्लास नै सर तुम सर कथा क्लास नै कि मु बाहरी की कार रे बसी कि तुम फोन कर ना. से तो जाई बालेश्वर अछंती. हो देखो देखो किछि सुनो मु टिके ये मु एबे क्लास टा नै जाई तापर बाहरी की जिबे कार रे बसी कि तुम कॉल करबे हला. ओ हेलो काली तुमको काली मैडम को मोटे शेयर करथिली व्हाट्सएप रे रिपोर्ट राइटिंग रो मटेरियल टा मैडम तुम पाइछो की ऑल ऑफ यू
नहीं आसिन
आसीनी ओहो
नहीं
मैडम को कहि देछि से शेयर करिवे तमे ताकटो के गोटे फोन करके मागी देबो हला मु व्हाट्सएप रे पठैछि एई मटेरियल सब पठै दितिली तुमको मेल रे का जो मटेरियल मु मेल रे पठैछिली समस्त पाइछो कि नहीं
यस यस
ओ आ खाली जो रिपोर्ट राइटिंग रा मु केतरा फोटो उठै की पठै दितिली केते पेज सेटा कोन ना मैडम को पठैथिली व्हाट्सएप रे हला फोटो उठैथिली ना ताको आ मेल रे पठैलिनी टाइम पाइलिनी तो मैडम को मैडम आज थारु के जने मागी देबो तापर समस्त को शेयर कर देबो हला रिपोर्ट राइटिंग दा तो रिपोर्ट राइटिंग दा किछि नै गोटे थियोरेटिकल नोट्स व्हाट इज
मैडम गुड मॉर्निंग मैडम पाइछु से शेयर करछन रोशन मैडम
वेरी गुड ओके तो रिपोर्ट राइटिंग विषय में खाली तुमको टिके हिंट्स कहि दोची तमे सेटा पढि पारे व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय रिपोर्ट राइटिंग व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स एंड राइट द स्टेप्स ऑफ द रिपोर्ट राइटिंग ओके so in that case whatever the material I have shared to you you can find everything so just I have to brief it and then आज वाइंड अप कर देबी टिके जल्दी वाइंड अप कर देबी काहे ना मते बाहर की जिबार अछि हैला खाली मैडम मते रिक्वेस्ट करथिले बोली आज एक्सटेंड करली नले मते को एक्चुअली आज क्लास टा मु चाहूतली मिस करती थांती काली 2 घंटा नहीं थांती ठीक अछि एनीवे तापरे वर्तमान एबे हमें जानिबा रिपोर्ट राइटिंग ता एक देखो मटेरियल रे मु पठैथिली तमे देखि जानि परिबो टाइप्स ऑफ रिपोर्ट केते टाइप रो रिपोर्ट अछि गोटे हला डिसीजन ओरिएंटेड रिपोर्ट आउटेला सर्वे बेस्ड रिसर्च रिपोर्ट आउटेला एल्गोरिथम रिसर्च रिपोर्ट एंती टाइप रो सब अछि हला तापरे तो एंती 3 टाइप्स रो जनरली अछि गोटे हला डिसीजन ओरिएंटेड टेक्निकल रिपोर्ट अछि आउटेला सर्वे बेस्ड जोटा हमर दरकार सर्वे बुझियला आउटेला एल्गोरिथम हमर एल्गोरिथम दरकार नै बिकॉज़ यू आर द मैनेजमेंट पीपल सो मैनेजमेंट लोक मान को पाइका हमर दरकार हला जो हमर एटा कोडा सर्वे बेस्ड ता माने प्रॉब्लम डेफिनेशन थिबो ऑब्जेक्टिव थिबो रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी थिबो डाटा एनालिसिस थिबो मु तो तुमको पीपीटी रे देखैथिली ना कोन स्टेप थिबो तापरे आसिला इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ द रिजल्ट सजेशन एंड कंक्लूजन बुझिला एडाला सर्वे बेस्ड रिसर्च रे जोटा हम मान को पाई मैनेजमेंट पीपल दे हैव टू डू दैट वन फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम डेफिनेशन okay means introduction chapter everything then objective रहिथिबो निश्चय objective hypothesis research methodology means research design sure थिबो research design रे सब कोन tools और techniques go to data asila database tools techniques software everything you have to explain in research methodology or research design सब methods आउ तार स्टैटिस्टिकल की मैथमेटिकल जो फार्मूला सब सेथरे लिखिबो कोथरे रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी रे तापर असला डाटा एनालिसिस करिवो जो मेथड सेठी एक्सप्लेन करथिबो सही मेथड पके की एठी डाटा एनालिसिस करिवो बुझेला सेति की करि सला परे इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ द रिजल्ट्स एंड सजेशन तापर रिजल्ट रा आंसर आसी जिवो जबरे रिजल्ट सब तुमे एनालिसिस करि सला परे खाली तो रिजल्ट लिखि देला हबनी ताको इंटरप्रेट करिवो माने फाइंडिंग्स सब लिखिबो फाइंडिंग्स लिख सला परे लास्ट को फाइनली जिवो कंक्लूजन रे कोन रहइबो ना कंक्लूजन ओवरऑल जहा सब तुमे ऑब्जेक्टिव नैथिलो सेही रिलेटेड तुमे कोन पाइलो आ सब हाइपोथेसिस गुडा को एक्सेप्ट हला ना रिजेक्ट हला ताको सब लिखिबो आ सब फाइंडिंग्स गुडा को सब एनालिसिस रो ओवरऑल स्टडी रो कोन पाइलो ताको एक्सप्लेन करिवो जस्टिफिकेशन दबो तुमे कोन पई करिलो एटा करलो सेटा करलो सब लिखिबो तापर तुमे कोन करिवो ना next you have to go for limitations तमरो कोन आ माने लिमिटेशंस आ कोन रही गला माने जोटा कि तमे करि पारलोनी तमरो स्कोप रे रहिलानी ता विषय लिखिबो तापरे फ्यूचर स्कोप लिखिबो फ्यूचर स्कोप हला आगु को से माने कोन करि परिबे तम स्टडी को नै कि आगु को कोन बढ़ी परिबे सेटा लिखिबो तापरे सजेशन दबो बुझिला तापरे आउडा कथा में एठी मेंशन करिवो सोशल इंपैक्ट सोसाइटी के तमे जो स्टडी करिलो सबटु इंपोर्टेंट हला सोशल इंपैक्ट आजिकली सेटा समस्त माकुचंदी दैट इज मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट सोसाइटी को तमे तम स्टडी टा कोन हेल्प करिवो ता विषय भी किछि देखिबो बुझिला कोन पॉलिसी हे परिबो से रिलेटेड कि कोन को प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करि जो प्रॉब्लम को तुमे आइडेंटिफाई करि कि रिसर्च करिलो तार से आइडेंटिफाई करि सला पर तमे कोन पाइलो एक्चुअली तापर सोसाइटी सेथु कोन माने तार बेनिफिट पाइबो दैट आल्सो यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन इन दैट social impact okay component so in conclusion everything you have to mention overall the results findings limitations suggestions future scope it is very important okay and lastly you have to go for bibliography in bibliography how to write the reference journal articles then books, if you refer, then what is the format, then conference proceedings, if you have referred, then how to write that one, then websites, which websites you have referred, you have taken the whatever, then database website, everything you have to mention. Whatever you have used for your research work, everything you have to write, you have to mention in the reference or bibliography. Okay. So next one, it is coming that annexures or appendix. The annexures means list of tables, list of means suppose there are big theorems and big table. You should not keep in that inside the thesis. It should be in the last annexure. Okay, if it is a big table, suppose factor analysis, big table, it is their database table. So it is not necessary. Questionnaire, you can keep it in your annexure questionnaire. Okay. So which one it should be in the annexures, which one it should be in the bibliography, how to write the bibliography. There is some format. You cannot write like that way. There is some means procedures, format, and step by step how to write. Then list of tables, list of figures you have mentioned in the contents. Okay, abbreviations. If there is so many abbreviations, then list of abbreviations also it must be there. Okay, so it is very important that means analyzing the data and everything you are doing in a Word file, it is not sufficient to complete the report, because research report, it is like finishing of your house. Finishing touch. Okay, छात पड़ीगला बेस गला छात पड़ीगला सब है, किंतु that is your only means what you are doing and just you are completing. You cannot say it is a completed unless and until you are finishing touch, you are giving the finishing touch to your house. Okay, so finishing touch je karichi gote घरे खाली छात तो पड़ीगला हबनी, तो ता पई जा सब केमती दरकार कोठी कोन ठीक से रहबे, ठीक सेमती framing the report, it is also like that. It is also like that. तमे सब जिंस को असेंबल करके करेक्ट वे रे तार प्रोसीजर अनुसार तार फॉर्मेट अनुसार ताको सजै की करबाटा हला, दैट इज टेकिंग सो मच ऑफ टाइम. आउ सेटा ही तमरा फाइनल तमे कोन करछ, दैट इज अ फाइनल आउटपुट, दैट इज द फाइनल आउटपुट. आ तमे कोन करछ कोन नाही सेटा तो जहाँ थेसिस टा देखिले तमे बहुत सारा करिछ, थेसिस रे किछि रखि नथिबो, भलसे ताको रिप्रेजेंट कर नथिबो, तो लाभ कोन, किछि लाभ नै. That means it is very important. That is the final one, report writing. Okay, that's why all the steps I think already I have shared with you, and you have to follow that one. And if the question it will come, you can explain. मु सब तो पठै देछि से थ्योरी निजे पढि कि लिखि परिबो, खाली ओवरऑल आईडिया दे देली. तापर आसला ओरल प्रेजेंटेशन, दैट इज पीपीटी. दैट इज आल्सो वेरी मच यूजफुल. तमे सब कर देथिबो, थेसिस रे थिबो, देखला लोक पीपीटी टा बेकार हेतिबो कि तमे प्रेजेंट करि पार नथिबो, लाभडा कोन, किस लाभ नै. बुझ पाछ कि नै. तेनु everything it is important for you. And anyway आउ जदि किछि डाउट वाउट अछि मते पचारो. 9:30 10 मिनिट भितरे ये वाइंड करबी. 10 मिनिट देली तुमको टाइम. जदि किछि क्वेश्चन अछि मते पचारो. बहुत कम पिला बदे अछंती, 26 पिला मात्र अछंती आज, सबटु लेस नै कि.
मैडम नमस्कार.
हां नमस्कार, को
मैडम चैप्टर वाइज किछि इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन मिलेबो कि?
चैप्टर वाइज मोर पाखरे तो से सिलेबस कोडे गलाणी मु पाउनी. आउ तमे मते को सिलेबस रे कोन कोन अछि मु संगे संग कहि दिन. तमे न तम भीतर की उडे शेयर करनो ना करि परिबनी.
आपन को
सिलेबस टा
मु शेयर करी
संगे संग मो WhatsApp को की उडे मेसेज कर देला, मु सेटा को देखि कि संगे संग तुम कहूची. मु कोठी रखि दैछि से पेपर टा पाउनी.
देखम न मैडम मु पठै दै छी अपन WhatsApp रे.
पठै दै छ, हम त संगे संग देखुची कि ना. WhatsApp रे पठैले मु त मो पाखु त काई आसुनी. की कहूछ कहलो. मोर ये मोबाइल को तो कहीं आसीनी एते पर्यंत. हाँ आसला आसला एबे आसला. टिके रुह. कोन दीटा पठेले बदे नुई की मु देखुची संग संग तापरे कहबी सुनो फर्स्ट यूनिट तो रिसर्च मीनिंग अछि ऑब्जेक्टिव अछि इंपोर्टेंस अछि ए सब जिंस अछि सुनो मीनिंग अछि ऑब्जेक्टिव अछि इंपोर्टेंस ऑफ रिसर्च अछि रोल रिसर्च फंक्शनल एरिया फाइनेंस एडा गोटे लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आसी पारे हैला रोल ऑफ द रिसर्च एटा तो पूरा थ्योरी एटा सब मार्केटिंग रे कोन फाइनेंस रे कोन रिसर्च एरिया फाइनेंस रे कोन नै कि रिसर्च कर परिबो स्टॉक मार्केट प्रेडिक्शन तापरे पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट एटा सब तमे रिसर्च कर परिबो वोलेटिलिटी को इंटीग्रेशन मल्टीपल रिग्रेशन ए सब जिंस यूज कर परिबो मार्केटिंग रे हला कोन ना मार्केटिंग रे हला सेल्स ऊपर प्रेडिक्शन ऊपर कंजंट एनालिसिस माने प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन ऊपर करि परिबो तापरे बहुत किछ कर परिबो मार्केटिंग रे कोन कोन रिसर्च एरिया अछि सेटा विषय कर परिबो तापरे एचआरडी तापरे एचआर रे कोन कर परिबो जो जॉब सैटिस्फैक्शन एम्प्लॉय सैटिस्फैक्शन ए सब कर परिबो तापरे एडा असला रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी जोटा म कहली रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी भितरे हला कोन ना रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी भितरे हला कोन ना डाटा कोठु आनिबो लिखिबो तापरे ऑब्जेक्टिव कोन फास्ट लिखिबो हाइपोथेसिस कोन लिखिबो तापरे डाटा कोठु आसीबो डाटाबेस लिखिबो याहू फाइनेंस जदी स्टॉक मार्केट हितो याहू फाइनेंस की कोन जदी कोविड डाटा हितो वर्ल्ड इन डाटा जोठु के जोठु डाटा हला डाटाबेस लिखिबो तापरे लिखिबो डाटाबेस तापरे डाटा लिखिबो प्राइमरी डाटा की सेकेंडरी डाटा यूज करछि से विषय लिखिबो बुझियला यदि प्राइमरी डाटा ताले से कोठु डाटा केमिति डाटा कलेक्शन करिला क्वेश्चनियर क्वेश्चनियर मेथड रे की गूगल फॉर्म की कोन करकी करिला से विषय लिखिबो हला सब एक्सप्लेन करिवो बुझियला रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी द क्रीम तापरे एनालिसिस हला आउरी बड़ क्रीम हला तो वर्तमान हला कोन रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी रे सब को स्टैटिस्टिकल टेक्निक्स सब यूज करला मीन की एवरेज तापरे स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन तापरे स्क्यूनेस कुटोसिस तापरे कोरिलेशन रिग्रेशन मल्टीपल रिग्रेशन की कोन सब यूज करला ता विषय पर एक्सप्लेन करिवो फैक्टर एनालिसिस सब एक्सप्लेन करिवो रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी रे हला तापरे प्रोसेस ता तो म बुझी देथिली व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स तेरा कहि देथिली तार लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन जे कोनोसी स्टैटिस्टिक्स बुक रो रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी बुक फॉलो करिवो तमे पाइ जिवो एडा हला लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन हला तापरे नेक्स्ट आसला यूनिट 2 रे हला कोन हाइपोथेसिस रिसर्च डिजाइन सैंपलिंग डिजाइन हला कोन से केते प्रकार सैंपल डिजाइन अछि हाइपोथेसिस मु जो सब पढौतिबी प्रोसेसिंग हाइपोथेसिस हला कोन नल हाइपोथेसिस अल्टरनेटिव हाइपोथेसिस लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस क्रिटिकल रीजन एडा सब कोनथली सेगुडा सब मटेरियल तो पठै दिछि सब देखिबो प्रोसेस ऑफ फॉर्मुलेटिंग एटा थ्योरेटिकल क्वेश्चन आसीबो हला आरो किछि प्रॉब्लम नै तापर आसला कलेक्टिंग प्रोसेस एनालिसिस ऑफ डाटा टी टेस्ट का टेस्ट यार तो सब प्रॉब्लम वैरायटी सब बुझे दीची डिजाइन ऑफ क्वेश्चन यार गोटे लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आसी पारे हला तापर एठी टेस्टिंग होला सब प्रत्येक टेस्ट रो त
मैडम यूनिट 2 रे गोटे क्वेश्चन आसीबो हां यूनिट 2 रो जो थ्योरी गोटे क्वेश्चन कोला
थ्योरी प्रोसेस ऑफ फॉर्मुलेटिंग हाइपोथेसिस आ रिसर्च डिफाइनिंग रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम तापर हाइपोथेसिस माने कोन जे विषय रिसर्च डिजाइन से रिसर्च डिजाइन जा मेथोडोलॉजी से हला जोडा म कहिली रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी भितरे कोन कोन हुए सेटा हला कोन प्रत्येक फर्स्ट यूनिट रे फाइनेंस रा रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी केमती होबो एचआरटी रा रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी केमती होबो एटा कोन ओवरऑल रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी माने रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी जहां रिसर्च डिजाइन से ता माने डाटा सोर्स की टाइप रो डाटा सोर्स क्वेश्चनियर कोन प्रकार क्वेश्चनियर तापरे सेटा प्राइमरी डाटा जदी हितिबो ताले क्वेश्चनियर मेथड हितिबो को सैंपल हितिबो जदी कोठी सैंपल ता ड्रा करा हिची सैंपलिंग मेथड सैंपलिंग डिजाइन सिंपल रैंडम सैंपलिंग प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक सैंपलिंग तापरे सैंपल नॉन प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक सैंपलिंग तापरे से जो सैंपलिंग रो मेथड गुडा को ए सब थ्योरी बुझिला एटा थर्ड यूनिट ता पूरा थ्योरी तापरे थर्ड यूनिट कोची सेकंड यूनिट ता पूरा थ्योरी हाइपोथेसिस हला कोन नल हाइपोथेसिस अल्टरनेटिव हाइपोथेसिस से जो मु पढैतिली पैरामीटर स्टैटिस्टिक्स ए सब तापर नेक्स्ट आसला कोन मल्टीवेरिएट टेक्निक ता भितरे मल्टीपल रिग्रेशन डिस्क्रिमिनेंट फैक्टर एनालिसिस एनोवा एटा सब कहि दैछि बुझियला वन एनोवाटा विशेष करी करथिबो मु तो एग्जांपल दे दैछि हला ए सब रो शॉर्ट नोट आ तार जो की पॉइंट गुडा को भल से पढि दैथिबो तापर आसला 5th यूनिट रे जोडा म कहली रिपोर्ट राइटिंग लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन हला that the material aji dei deichi. So I think like this way you have to practice more and you can do that one. Hala
मैडम प्रॉब्लम को चैप्टर आसो
problem से TF का square एनोवा 1v एनोवा
केतरा प्रॉब्लम आसो
अरे TF का स्क्वायर तो प्रॉब्लम गोटे दिटा आसीबो निश्चय ला प्रॉब्लम है TF का स्क्वायर इक्वल्स टू प्रॉब्लम है TF का स्क्वायर रो प्रॉब्लम करथिबा 1v एनोवा रो प्रॉब्लम करथिबा हला ए पिकलू पिकलू ए पिकलू अपन फोन करले ना हेलो बुझ पड़ला कि नहीं TF का स्क्वायर Z जहा जहा मु प्रॉब्लम पढैनी सेतिर सब प्रॉब्लम टिके कर देथिबो जति
Okay,
पढिछि
मैडम ये थर्ड यूनिट रो केवल खाली प्रॉब्लम आसियो थ्योरी आसियो
हां इंदा थ्योरी भी आसी पारे प्रॉब्लम आसीबो थ्योरी मिक्स हे के आसीबो किंतु प्रॉब्लम टिके प्रैक्टिस कर देथिबे प्रॉब्लम रे पूरा फुल मार्क पाइ जिबे ना एनोवा जोडरे एनोवा अछि एनोवा रे गोटे प्रॉब्लम आसीबो आउ अलगा गुडा कर नोट आसीबो शॉर्ट नोट माने माने शॉर्ट नोट में तो शॉर्ट नोट किबा देखिबो पूरा थ्योरी आउ किंतु प्रॉब्लम ना बुझिले थ्योरी तो लिखि परिबनी फैक्टर एनालिसिस कोन प्रॉब्लम रो बुझेली बोली थ्योरी टा लिखि परिबो तमे बुझ पड़छ कि नहीं एनी मोर डाउट अगेन एनी मोर डाउट
मैडम फोर्थ यूनिट रो केवल प्रॉब्लम रहबो कि थ्योरी रहबो तदरे
हां फोर्थ यूनिट तम देखुछ रहित के
मल्टीवेरिएट डाटा एनालिसिस
फोर्थ यूनिट टा हां मल्टीवेरिएट रो सेटा खाली थ्योरी एनोवा रो प्रॉब्लम आसीबो
मल्टीवेरिएट थ्योरी
हां बुझ पड़ल कि नहीं और लास्ट यूनिट तो खाली थ्योरी बुझियला
जी आगे आगे
हो
मैडम खाली थ्योरी पढ़ले पास ही हो तो
पास तो ही हो भलो मार्क रखिया कोली टिके प्रॉब्लम भी प्रैक्टिस कर देबे मु जो TF का स्क्वायर पढी छी सब तो इजी गुडा को मु जति
ठीक है।
प्रॉब्लम
मैडम पूरा बाउंसर जाउची है
किछि बाउंसरिंग में आपण क्लास सब जति जे अटेंड करछि सी सब कर
एक्चुअली
परिबे
मैडम वर्किंग एक्चुअली काम ये होच तो माने ये
और
टाइम
ठीक-
दे होन सेटा
फिर भी
कंसर्न
टिके- फिर भी आपण पकरे जति
एथि
टाइम
क्वेश्चन पचारली एक्चुअली नॉल पचारा कथा नो पचारा कारण होची एटा कि मूल समय देवन मैडम
हो हो ठीक अछि आपण किंतु टिके से जो थर्ड यूनिट टा टिके जोटा TF का स्क्वायर अछि सेटा टिके प्रैक्टिस कर देथिबे हला
आगे आगे
हो आ कहर कुछ डाउट अछि हेलो आउ किछ डाउट अछि कहर पचारो ए किंतु आपण माने समस्त सब मटेरियल पाइछन कि नाही मते आगे कहले
अनि मेटेरियल मिल जाएगा कि मैडम पाको से जो हमर लोका ही कहले तांको पाको हम नै जिवो बाकी विकास सब शेयर कर दैछन
आगुर सब बहुत सारा मु मटेरियल तो पठैलिनी
अपन मैडम
सब मिल जाएगा सब मिल
अपन
सब
जहाँ
मिली
मेल
सबुर
शेयर
फास्ट
करथिले
करंतु
सब
मु स्टेप कहि दोची सबुर प्रिंट आउट बाहर कर दियंतु मु जति मटेरियल पठैची समस्त सब प्रिंट आउट बाहर कर दियंतु सिलेबस धरंतु तापरे आ गोटे रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी रो किछि ये जदि जे कोनोसी बही गुटे फॉलो कर दियंतु आपन सब किछि हे जिवो किबा नेट रो भी आपन पाइ जिवे से पर्टिकुलर टर्म टाकू मार देले भी आस जिवो हैला जदि न मिलुची नेट रो डायरेक्ट पीडीएफ भी डाउनलोड करि परिबे नी रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी बुक हैला
आगे
हौ ठीक अछि ताले मु स्किप मु लीव नहीं पारिबी आज का मत गोटे दिन एक्चुअली मु बाहर की जिबी एबे हैला
ओके मैडम थैंक यू
ओ हैप्पी दशहरा ऑल ऑफ यू
यू
Thank
टू
you.
मैम
थैंक यू
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
नहीं जदि आपण मानकर किछि केतला डाउट भी आसे मो फोन नंबर तो थिबा मते पचारिबो कहि देबी हैला
मैडम क्वेश्चन पे आपन को हम हैरान करबो
हां ठीक अछि किछि असुविधा नहीं
थैंक यू
ओके रही
मैम